Oh, I didn't check my sound. Hopefully, okay, I'm not echoing. Gonna move this up a little bit and over. All right, everybody. Gosh, seems like it's been forever since I've been on here, but I guess just because I am home tonight. So, I still got to do something here. One day, you guys, one day, one thing at a time, right? Got my little card house back up going. If you on my Facebook page at all, you saw I put some pictures of it out there. I got my sign on the side so people know that that's it. Got the sign in the yard so people know that it's an arrow pointing, so people know that that is where they need to go. And it's loaded with cards, ready to go. So now we just wait and see if we get some sales. Getting some traffic on a couple of sites that I posted it on, announcing it, some local village pages. So that's good. I guess let me know when you get on, comment when you get on, let me know that you're here so I don't get started and I'm having an issue. Oh, Christy's on. Can you hear me okay? Can you see me okay? And then we're gonna go from there. So I think by now she would have maybe said, "Hey, I can't see you and I can't hear you." So, wait a minute, maybe because maybe you're not seeing me. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Nope, you're seeing my desktop. So let's go over here. I got the wrong spotlight on. Okay, so now you should be seeing me. Now you should see me and hear me and all that good stuff. So, I'm here. I got a couple on. Mom's on, Chrissy's on, yay. So I'm going to get started. I'm Jill Blanchette. Thank you for joining me tonight. I've got a slide lock card, which I did one a few months back, but this time I'm shaking it up a little bit, using the new Pets and More stamp set. Whoops. And just going to do it a little bit different, just shake it up tonight. So saw Joanne Pollock, I think. I'm modeling my design card sort of off of what she did. Well, a circle with the animal in the center is basically what I'm borrowing, I think. Anyway, I'm giving her credit because I'm borrowing her idea. So I think that's it. Today is free shipping again because they had so much trouble yesterday with the internet. They said it was a worldwide outage. Not sure if it was another one of those weird things that like grounded all the airplanes and stuff last week. But they said that the problem is not anything that they can fix. So the problem still exists and it could have been slow again today. So if you tried today and it was still slow, just unfortunately keep trying. Mine eventually went through when I ordered yesterday. It took quite a while. But it'll go through. So free shipping, paper pumpkin stuff is up to 75% off on kits and refills, whatever's left. And if you're not a subscriber, you can only see that stuff if you're a subscriber. And if you're not a subscriber, you can get a subscription and then you could see that stuff is on sale 75 or up to 75% off through tomorrow. And then the free shipping is today and bonus days coupons. The coupons, you can still earn coupons up through the 31st. So be sure and get your orders of $50 in products to earn those coupons and save the coupon code. When you get the email, save it, take a screenshot of it, put it somewhere, print it, hold it. Because you can earn more than one, but I'm now being told we can't get the code back. So also, if you can save it somewhere, you can cut and paste them in. So you just put like 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2, 3, comma, and then I think you might not even need the comma in the box, the code box, and you can enter them all at one time if your order is as big as the number of codes that you have. So you can enter the multiple codes too. So let's get started. I think I covered it all. Kathy's on. Hey, Kathy and Debbie and Dawn. Yay. Master garden grower. Dawn is a master garden grower. She has got the most beautiful garden. All right, so let's switch that down to my desktop. Now I want you to see my desktop. Here's the card we're gonna make. Got a little matching envelope. Well, I changed the color of his doggy bowl, but there's the card we're gonna make. And like I said, it's a slide lock card. And so you're gonna push that up, and then the card is gonna open. You could put paper in here, and probably not here so much because you gotta be able to slide. I guess if you put paper on it, but just glued the outside, that would still allow that to slide up and down through there. So that's the card we're gonna make. Close that down and push it back down. You could push it like further down. I'll show you when I get to punching it out, but the further you punch, the further it'll go, but the further you go, then your punch up here will show. So I just leaving it like that. So this is a card we're going to make, but I'm shaking it up a little bit. We're going to do a cat on the next one. So got a dog and a cat. Hi, Ollie. Thank you. All right. So let me break down my stuff here. So I brought it all over a little while ago in preparation. So let's show you. I've got an envelope to stamp on. Here's our card base. So I wrote everything on the card. You probably aren't going to be able to read it, but your base is 10.5 this way by 5.5, or 10.25, sorry, this way by 5.25 this way. We're going to bring in our trimmer and we're going to score it at 2 inches and 6 1/4. So we need to bring out our little trimmer or arm, and we're going to go to 6 1/4. And then that is the scoring that we need. I have a whole bunch of little pieces here. So for the inside, I guess we could put that on now. We'll just get it off the desk. I have a normal 5 1/4 by 4-inch piece. And then I have some of the Regals, the new paper in the Regals. And I'm using the Gorgeous Grape. Thought I brought that over to show it to you guys, but I didn't. But all that, this is the new pattern for this year. Goob on my. All right, so we're just going to put this down at the bottom. Trim off the edge. Then we're going to glue it into the card. And remember, it's going to open up. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this in this way. If you're going to stamp on this piece, do it before you glue it, or glue the paper on maybe, so you can flip it over if you need to. Because we all have those times when we need to flip the paper. So now we're going to decorate our bottom piece here. Put a little crease in our score line. Our bottom piece, I have a Highland Heather at 5 3/8 by 1 7/8. And I have a basic white at 5 1/4 by 1 3/4 inches. So we're going to start with this little piece. And I'm going to use this stamp set, Pets and More, and it is I guess they're called reversibles. I was looking to see if it said anywhere on it. It doesn't say, but they're reversible. So you can get a solid image on one side and then the detail on the other. So we're going to use the cat on this one. So I'm going to put some little paws on here. And I think I threw my sample away because I really hacked it up big time. I put all kinds of the sliders. I tried a bunch of different places with the sliders to see where I wanted it. And I ended up throwing away because I had too many cut marks on it. So we're just going to put some random paw prints on there. And then I'm going to, this is in Pebbled Path. Then I'm going to take my, let's see what else we got here. We got a fish. So let's do the fish in the purples. And I think, you guys think it's okay to put this bowl on here? Or you think that's a dog? I wanted to bring in my, this berry color like I did here. My other cat card, I only used the purples, but then I liked bringing in the third color. So I put I was trying to think how I could turn that into a ball of yarn. I guess I could make like a little tail coming off from it, but we're going to add the dog bowl, I guess, because it's just going to be on there. So we're going to do a reverse side. So I've got the completely flat side here. And that was what I did not use that for the paw print. I used the detailed side for the paw print. So for the fish, I've got the flat side up, and I'm going to use Highland Heather and put some little fish on here. Try not to rock it so that I don't get partial fish. So I'm going to use Highland Heather. Then I'm going to take my stamp, I'm going to flip it over and have the detailed side of the fish up. And I'm going to get my gorgeous grapes. How's everybody's temperatures and stuff today? We had a beautiful day here. It did rain this morning, but cleared right up and it was really pretty. I think we're supposed to get rain tomorrow though. I didn't go outside though. I've been in here creating cards for, well, this card for today. But yesterday I created all my cards for class. I should show you guys what cards they're going to make in class on Sunday. So I got the fish down. If I remember when the video's over, I'll get them so I don't digress now and run over and show you like squirrel. Here's my cards. And I got my card for tomorrow night going. And so I'm excited for that too. So now I'm going to do the bowl. Kitties use a bowl, so we're getting a bowl. And I'm going to use Petunia Pop for the background. And this is really juicy, so I'm going to try and not, well, so much for not stamping that too gooey. And then look at there, I didn't even get the whole thing. And let's come down here with one more. Gosh, it's super duper gooey. All right, that's enough of those. We just kind of in my head, I would just want to pop with the color for the pink to pull the words in. So now my top, I'm going to use Berry Burst for the detail. I washed it off and I flipped it over. Better wash this off before I end up wearing it all. And then now I'm going to use the Berry Burst and get the details of the little food bowl. And they do end up drying a little bit lighter, but boy, oh boy, are they dark. Saturated. I hope nobody had issues yesterday trying to order. I did. Took quite a while to go through, but it wasn't anything, you know, I'm not a customer, so hopefully customers didn't get too frustrated trying to get their stuff in, their orders in. But thank you, Stampin' Up, for giving us free shipping again today. If any of you, I sent my newsletter out. I forgot to put a picture of my little house in there. I looked at the time and I was just writing it today. So I said, oh, geez, I got to get this out. And then I just sent it without adding a lot of photos and whatnot. But sorry, I had to have a drink. The Close to My Heart stuff, they are done with exclusively for the makers and Close to My Heart customers. So we will be getting products come September that we can order. I'm going to flip them. That we can order, and some of them are going to coordinate with paper. From the mini catalog. Oh, and a heads up, I saw it in the announcements for any demos out here. Be very careful on your pre-order because the Close to My Heart the stickers are only sold if you buy the paper. You cannot buy the stickers individually. So if you want the stickers, you're going to have to hold off on your pre-order. I think it's the reindeer paper. There was a couple of them. If you look at the today or yesterday's announcements, it's going to coordinate, I believe, with the reindeer paper and something else. But you can't buy the sticker separately. So either plan to order a second pack of paper or just wait and do not pre-order the paper. Easy peasy. All right, so now we're going to do the front. And I'm not sure all the ink pads and stuff that they've shown us that are Close to My Heart. I don't know if that stuff's now like gone and they're just switching over to our stuff. That must have just been stuff that Close to My Heart had already like made. This is a little bit. And then now they'll switch over to all of our stuff. But we should now start seeing scrapbooking projects and things show up from Stampin' Up in our colors and everything. So my top piece is 5 3/8 by 3 7/8. And I'm going to glue on a 5 1/4 by 3 3/4 inch. This is Highland Heather, and this is Gorgeous Grape. And so I'm going to glue that right onto the top. My doggy's got the stripes because there's only 2 pieces of each pattern in the packet. So I couldn't, when I threw my other sample away, I couldn't make another one and then have another kit for right now. So I had to make a doggy one. Well, I didn't have to do a doggy. What else is there in here? There's a fox and a bunny rabbit and an owl. So I could have made a "I will always love you" card or something. So now I'm going to glue this on. stick that on the front. All right. So now we've got our card like created. Now we can do our slide lock. So I'll do that step next. Oh, let's create the kitty cat first. So I'm going to set that aside for a minute. I got a 2 1/4 inch roughly circle and a 2 1/2 inch stitched circle die, and then a white circle. This was just a plain circle, but if you have a punch, and then I have a 1 5/8 inch pebbled path circle die. But again, if you have a punch, you can use a punch. And then we're going to use a little Kit Kat block form to go on. Oops. So I'm going to put the solid side up. And I'm going to use my pebbled path. Get him all inked up, and he's really dark, so we're going to stamp him off. And then I'll stamp him on my paper. I'm going to wash him off. Flip him over. So the detail side is up. What stamp set? Pets and More, Patty. Online exclusive. So I'm going to stamp it solid over the top of the, not solid, I'm stamping the detail over the solid. I thought you were coming over, Patty. Okay, I'm confused now. Just hit me that you were going to come today and pick up your stuff. Oh well, and then I have a just a C1 Copic that I'm just going to kind of like ground my little kitty with. Give him a shadow under his rumpus so that he sits there nicely. I'm gonna glue him onto the circle, or glue the circle onto the bigger circle. All right, now we'll move on to the rest. So we'll bring our card back in. And if you have any of these long, this is the classic label punch, but we did have whale tail, the black ones that was rounded. We got a couple other ones. You just need to be able to make a like a rectangle, some sort on here. So I'm going to stick, you can go all the way in. I think I will go all the way in just to help me with making sure that I get the next one in here correctly. So I'm going all the way in, and I'm only gonna go like halfway, because in my practicing today, I realized that it didn't need to go in as far as I was going on this bottom piece. And that might even still be a little bit too far, but punch that out. Close your lid. Get your pencil. And just kind of draw some lines so you know where on the front side you want to line your punch up at. So now they should line up and be like one piece. So take your little circle, and this is also where I did my changing up of my other card. If you're going, like I did this before in the up and down direction, I went this way with it. you've got more space for the circle. Oh, no, not, I suppose not really. But you've got to be able to slide it up and get this circle. So this circle is actually your bigger issue. You want to be able to get this guy up there high enough to get out of the way so that you can open that. So we can like leave it right there. Then you can open it up. And then take our dimensionals. I got some, that punch holds the dimensionals very nicely. So I'm going to line that up in the hole. And one might be enough. I'm going to put two just because I have a few layers of paper there. If it was all DSP, I might not be too concerned about it. And then I'm going to stick my circle on. And so I'm thinking the one that I did before, I had you make a big enough circle so that it covered the hole. But this time we're going to do a little bit smaller circle. Just don't write your measurements on there unless your circle is going to cover them. Make sure he's up high enough now that I've talked and changed it. So he's up there high enough. Sticking to the inside. We're going to put our circle on there. And then now we could push it down and it will cover our whole space and then keep it locked shut. I don't know that you can see that or anything, but now it's locked shut. So I'm going to set that here for a second. Now I got some scrap paper and I'm going to bring in my Berry Burst ink. And I am using Happy Little Things for this one. What punch am I using, Kathy? That is the classic label punch. I don't know if you could see that. Retired, of course, but it's the classic label punch. You just need something that will make that long, like, hole. So this is the stamp set that I'm using. And we're going to use Celebrate and You. So let me, and this does have coordinating dies, and they come in this little half tiny little thing. So if you get them, they're easily lost. So make sure you keep a hold of them. So I'm going to use Celebrate, put that down. Or circle or slot punch. I don't know what that means, Patty, for circle or slot punch. I use dies for the circles. So I'm going to put Celebrate. And then this stamp set also has an outline. So I'm going to bring in my pebbled path. Oh, yeah. Good thinking, Debbie Green. These dies here you could use to make the slider hole. You might have to trim your dimensional just a smidge. Let me see. Oh, there's the cut line. So I'll bet that would work. So there you go. You'll have a punch. The Happy Little Things dies, online exclusives, should work. So now I got the outline. Celebrate. Let's see how lined up I am. And then I'm going to do the same thing with you. Holy cow, what is he doing up there? We're going to use Berry Burst. And then Pebbled Path for the outline. One good thing when you mess up the lineup, it kind of looks, it gives it a different dimension. So unless you are really, really, really needing to have it perfectly lined up, it looks okay when it's not. All right, so we got Celebrate and You. And where's my little baby cutter? Right here under the big one. Get these out of the way for a second. So I'm going to just cut these down. I didn't layer them or anything. I thought maybe the card had enough going on, but you could certainly layer them on whatever color you choose. Let's see, I'm going to trim just a little bit off the bottom of that. Ends. This card doesn't really leave a lot of space along the top, so I cut this pretty close to the letters. And then I just glued it flat because everything else was kind of popped up, but you could pop it up. But I'm going to glue it on flat. Flat. Probably could cut a smidge more off the bottom, but you know, I'm going to cut a smidge more off the bottom to even it up. And so tomorrow night, I got my Christmas video. So back here at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, coming up with finishing my card. My resident creative director was, but he's been grumpy today, so he didn't really like anything I showed him. Reedy's been helping me with my Grand Rapids branch of the creative directors. She's been helping me to try and figure out which pieces and parts I want to put together. So I'm excited. It's coming together nicely. So there, I think we're done. I just want to keep that up there. So you got your cats, your dogs, your bunny rabbits, your owls, and your fox. And so then we'll pull that down so that our Celebrate You shows. And we're good to go. The DSP, that's new. That's the patterns in the catalog for this year, but it's the Regals selection. Like I said, I forgot to bring it over. Hold on, let me get it. And I'll show you my cards for tomorrow, for the weekend. Now that I'm done, nobody that anybody that wants to not see the cards for the weekend can hop up. So it's called Regal's 6x6. And so it's the whole Regal's color family in. There's flowers on one side, this wavy pattern, and then the stripes and the circles. But here's the cards that I came up with. Let me move these out of the way. So that's it. Oh, I forgot to do the envelope. I do that every time, you guys. I go to clean up and say, oh, I forgot to do the envelope. So I'm going to do that real quick. No, I'll do it when I'm done. No, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it now. I'm going to finish it right now. So let's get another. Got to do our kitty on there. Where's that piece of paper I stamped on earlier? Back here. So we're going to stamp off our kitty. Stamp them on our envelope. Flip him over to the detail side. Oops. Didn't have enough ink on it. Stamp him down. And I'm not going to give him a. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and give him a bowl too because. No, I'm going to give him a fish. He's getting a fish on his envelope. I like the little fish. And we're going to do it in purple. Highland Heather solid side. Flip it over. Do some detail with the gorgeous grape. Now we're done. All right, so now we're done with our cards for today. So those are it. Now these are the cards for Sunday. So I'll give you a heads up. You could be pondering them in your head if you're coming to class because I am riding back to Ludington with Christy and Mom. So I'm kind of on a bigger time constraint this month. So just heads up, be thinking about how you're going to do it. So here is the first one. Nothing on the insides. And we're using the iconic images set. Here's the second one. This one's a little putzier. Gotta kind of cut those out with the big shot, and then you gotta strategically place them to make your wreath if you want. Here's the third one. And this is the fourth one. So nothing way out Willy too hard. A little bit of putzing, a lot of big shot work or cutting machine work, but it's all good. So that's it for the cards for Sunday too. You guys got a little sneak peek. And you should be back to me. And that's it. I'm going to let you go so I can try and mock up my card for tomorrow night. I hope to see you back here. Please like, comment, share the videos to spread the word. Get me out there. Trying little by little, it's happening. So that's it. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening, the rest of your week. But I'll be there tomorrow to tell you all that again. So zip it, Jill. I'll see you tomorrow.